7 p.m. See you then.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone Thursday night. Rogers TV. Roger Lejeune, Melissa Hamilton with you. Nice to be with you as always. And Melissa, we have a very special guest.
We
He's
do.
had a lot of success in this community. Doesn't need an introduction. If you go to Durham College or follow Durham College, Vaso Vujanovic has been the coach of the Durham soccer program for 27 years. First with the men, then with the women, and success has followed him everywhere. And he joins us in studio. Vaso, great to see you.
Thanks, you too.
Great to have you with us, and let's talk about your background, sir. First of all, where'd you come from, and how did we get so lucky in Oshawa to get you as our soccer coach?
Well, I came from old Yugoslavia. Now it's divided in 6 different countries after the war in '92, and I'm from the Bosnia country now. I came here in 1966, trying to find a better life, and I found a better life.
Yes,
and
you did.
Got back in the school, educated myself, and through the school I found met my wife, and she's Canadian, and we got married, and beautiful life, and she made sure I go to college.
And where'd you go to college?
Durham College.
Durham.
Oh, okay. So you know the school first.
I graduated from Durham College in 1970 from the business administration, and they offered me a job, and I stayed there for 32 years working in finance.
Wow.
I got my degree in accounting through the association, and become director of finance at Durham College.
Talk about how special Durham College is for you then, with all of that.
It's my second family, actually.
Yeah.
Durham College is special in my heart, always will be. They give me so much, and I give it back too, you know. And Oshawa is my hometown. Actually, I came 66 and still here and still enjoying life. And retirement is beautiful because I retired in 2002, now 5 years. And I'm actually feeling better, younger than before.
Sure, well now you're going to be a full-time coach too, which is great.
Yes.
Vaso, you talk about, it's a great story, by the way. It's inspiring to hear that. You talk about your background and your history, everything you've been through. I believe that's something you can certainly pass on to your players. Maybe especially today's younger players need a perspective of what it takes to be successful in life, because I know at Durham College firsthand, Ken Babcock, the athletic director, it's student athletes there. Student first, athlete second.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I always try to carry that torch from being student at Durham College, and knowing being an administrator at Durham College, knowing how important students are at Durham College. I always make sure that they are academic first. If they don't study, I don't want them on the team. So that's a priority, and I continue to underline: no marks, no soccer. Period. You know. And I always underline, hey, I'm a graduate from college and I know what you're going through, because we are outside for 2.5 months every night. So there's a great commitment from the men's and the women's team, and plus their first year, if their first year, it's a burden on them. You know, they have to work hard and then go back to school and study. But a good athlete is good academically too, and we make sure we do. And in a women's program now for 10 years, we didn't have too many to drop out. You know, we really had a great team, and great ladies academically, quite a few academic scholars and so on. So we're really successful, yes.
Talk about the 2 girls that we have on tonight's show, Ashley Visser and Brittany Micucci. I want to make sure I say that right. Yes, striker on the team.
Ashley is a great, one of the best goalkeeper in the women's program that I coached. I would say she's the best goalkeeper in province.
Wow.
And she's actually with us for 6th year. You can play 5 years, but she was injured 1 year, didn't play. So she's with the program for 6 years.
Lucky you in a weird way.
And she's a captain for now 3rd year. And we refer her as a mother. I always said, Mom, take care of the players, you know. She's a great leader. She's a great personality and a great academically. So whatever you want from the athlete as a student, a combination leader, you got it in Ashley. And I'm really pleased that the college had her and a lot of success that is achieved is part of her being a part of the team. If you look back 10 years when I started, it took me 3 years to kind of reorganize program and so on from previous coaching style and so on. And then 6 years ago, Ashley came in, her sister Abby, and we just suddenly move upwards and developed a great program and so on. But so she was really a very important part of the developing of the program.
Oh, it's great to hear. Now, Vaso, another interesting element of your story, of course, is first tell us a little bit about your soccer background. All right, so you came to the country, but did you play as a boy? What is your background?
I played, soccer was the only sport there those days back in the 50s, and we didn't have a uniform, we didn't have boots. We played barefooted. We make the ball and kick around when I was a kid. And then when I was 17, we had a local team and we had a uniform donated and so on. And we played, my team in our region, we played in 3rd division. So, and that's as far as I went in playing. But when I went to the Army, then I started coaching. Because the Army was compulsory, you have to go in Army for 2 years.
Right.
You don't have a choice. So when you get 20, they just make sure you go in Army. And because I had the knowledge of the game quite a bit, and General over there said, "See, you're pretty good. You can coach too." So yes, sure.
Why not?
Whatever you say, yes.
What
sir,
else you got to do?
So I started coaching at that time and playing court player. And after that, when I finished the Army, you have to fight for life, trying. I have my college at that time, but wasn't job, nothing. So I decided to emigrate, and I came over here. When I came over here, again, I had to find a life, because I didn't have a family or nobody. So it was working hard. I worked the evenings. I played for some teams, but not too much because I had to make a living. And I went to school right away. So I worked nights and at daytime I went to school and to college and got married with my sweet wife. And then right away a kid came along. So there's a bigger commitment. So I really didn't play too much, but I had my own club here in the 70s. Immigrants get together. And so Serbians group got together. The Croatians had their own team, Italians back in the 70s and 80s. So I organized my group, and we had a good team. And I played a little bit, but I managed and coached and so on.
You've always gone towards the coaching side.
I always moved to the coaching, and it was easier for me. If I'm not there, I'll get somebody else to do it and so on. And when I started after graduation from the business administration program, they offered me a job at the college.
Perfect. And again, you can't say no to that.
Couldn't say everything was working fine, and Dave Stewart at that time was director of the athletics, and he said, "Hey, how about starting soccer program? The best guy that would be Stu," he said to me. So Dave and I started a program and spent 17 years with the men's program. And we were successful. If you look at history, we were ranked nationally, provincially. We got provincial medals, gold. We got national bronze, and so on. So we were successful. But the program in Durham region those days for the men's program was really good, and with a lot of good players. So we were top in province. Almost
gave you easy to recruit when there's that many
That's
players.
correct.
For people not aware of Dave Stewart's background, just give you another little history lesson. Dave was the athletic director at Durham College for many, many years, and not just with the soccer program, and you knew him personally, Vaso, but his career here as a builder of athletics, he, to me, typified what you talk about student athletes, establishing the program. I mean, there were a lot of good soccer players, but Durham region, Oshawa, especially then, was not you're playing Toronto area schools, Seneca and Humber. The population, I always was amazed how Durham was able to be so successful competing. But it starts at the top, people like him, and then, of course, Ken Babcock, who succeeded him. You can't be successful without people like that.
No, and then when Gary Polanski came in as a president, that's another supporter of Raleigh Sports, one of the best supporter you can have as a president who makes decisions. So he was supporting the program too, and it was really easy to. You don't mind spending evenings and work when you have a top-notch guy, CEO who is saying, yes, I'll support, just get medals, So, and Dave was great to start the programs and supporting. So, and then Ken took over and Ken is another leader that really supported and still supporting the programs.
I think we have a phone call for you.
We do have a phone call. It's 1-888 Rogers 8. The phone lines are open, and we have a caller on the line. Go right ahead. If you could give us your name and just go right ahead if you're on the line, please.
My name is Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Go right ahead. Welcome to Sports Zone.
Hi there. Well, I just wanted to ask the coach. I used to be a former student at Durham College that was always interested in the varsity program, and just wondered, since the ladies have been had such success for years since he's been coaching in both provincially and nationally, what he thought it would take to bring the men's program back up.
That's a good question. Thanks for the call. What did Vaso? I mean, the men's program compared to the women's lately hasn't been, but there was a great history of success. Maybe talk to us about the differences between the two. Why the women more successful right now?
When Ken offered me a job to come back, because I stepped down because of my injuries back in '89. I had the pause around 10 years. I didn't coach. I couldn't health-wise. My back was out and my knees and ankles, so I said to that time Dave Stewart, I had enough. I had to step down and so on. So my health improved and I can even jog now.
Great.
So Ken came around and the guy who was coaching at that time stepped down or resigned, and then Ken offered me a job. He said, do you want to go ahead? Would you like to take program over? I said, sure. And took me, as I mentioned earlier, 3 years to reorganize program and so on, and look around and start scouting. Scouting is a key point in college soccer, but I think so also college varsity programs. So I went around, I watched the games, ladies games and juniors and so on, and start scouting, and suddenly we start moving forward. And if you look history, the last 6 years, that's the best year for the women's soccer program at Durham College.
And that's worthwhile. We have to take a break, Vaso. Your success is amazing.
Thank
Women
you,
aren't
Vaso.
smarter than men,
Yes.
are they? Is
Yes.
that the big reason?
Vaso? Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
There we know. It's been revealed here. We'll take a short break.
Thank
More
you very
Durham
much.
Lord Soccer Talk is coming up next. Stay tuned.
Los Angeles. Everyone's here in Durham.
Sports Zone, Roger Lajoie, Melissa Hamilton, every Thursday here, 7 to 8. Delighted to be with you. And Melissa, we continue the soccer theme here.
We
This
do.
show
The
goes.
two girls are here, Brittany and Ashley from Durham Lords Ladies Soccer. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
coming in.
Ashley Visser and Brittany Micucci, thanks very much. Let's start with you. Ashley Vaso was here talking. What a great story.
Yeah.
For a soccer coach. You talk about you get into a program and you want to be a student athlete. You hear a story of a guy who created a life here. It's got to be inspiring for you guys.
Yeah, it is. It's really, it's as cheesy as it sounds, it's an honor to play for somebody like him,
Yeah.
who has so much drive and energy puts into his team, and he's really committed to the girls, and he really does go that extra mile in terms of developing the girls and finding good coaches to help us and to make us better players. So it's really nice to have a head coach who's really committed to the team as he is.
So just so everyone knows, you're the goalkeeper.
Correct.
And you're striker.
Right.
So how did you decide when you were little, I'm going to be a goalie? Like, how does that happen? Who wants to be a goalie? Who wants to stand in front of the net?
You were, wasn't a bad, we're not bringing up bad memories. You were the last person picked or something like that?
She's like,
No, it just happened that way. I was always a bigger kid, and like they just stuck me in net, and it eventually paid off for me, and I really enjoy playing now. I couldn't imagine playing any other position on the team. I'm sure it'd be funny to watch me run out there, but I play in net, and that's where I've always played, and I enjoy it now. I love it. I love it.
Brittany, how did you become a striker?
I think it was more natural than anything. I had an older brother who played defense and always wanted the competition practice, so I'd always go one-on-one with him, and scoring, I just loved the feeling of scoring. It was always the greatest thing.
Sibling
Having all the
rivalry.
glory, I suppose, was something I always looked forward to.
Well, you've had
There
great
you
success,
go.
both of you. You picked the right positions, that's for sure. Talk to us a little bit about the difference between the indoor and the outdoor game, ladies. Like, that's one thing that's a little different, because you get an opportunity to play at both, and you've had great success as a team with basically the same team, right? Playing indoor and outdoor. Ashley and Brittany, what about that?
Indoors, I enjoy indoor much more because it's faster. The goalies are way way more involved than they are in outdoor. Yeah, and it's just a quicker game, and the girls have to be on their toes more, better in shape. It's 5-on-5 and a goalie. It's not 11 aside. So the ball's moving faster. You're inside. Yeah, and you just
it's
get
just
in
closer.
Yeah.
Closer quarters. Like you're on. Someone's always on you constantly. There's not a lot of space and room to move around and make a lot of plays. So it's really quick one touches, quick shots. It's quick play and like on the fly changes. You just change on the fly. You don't have to wait for a whistle or anything. It's a lot like hockey in that sense.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more competitive. I find a lot more harder on the legs, harder on the body.
You have to be in good shape.
Yeah, well, the pace is incredible. So, but as a team unit, then it's a different focus, though. It's the same team, it's the same coach, but then you're in a different game, 5-11. The goaltender more involved, the pace being a little different.
Yeah.
Does it take much adjustment from a standpoint?
It takes a lot of adjustment, actually. Like the players that can sometimes succeed on the outdoor field will find that they won't do as well on the indoor field because the touches have to be a lot closer to the body. Like a one touch has to be a lot closer. You have to have more control. Your passes, everything has to be a lot more accurate on the indoor field because it's so quick. Whereas people who are speedy on the outdoor field and like to play the long balls and run the lines, they're not useless, but they're restricted in the indoor field.
How long have you both been playing soccer for?
I've only been playing for 12 years. I came into it fairly late. I was 12 when I started playing.
Okay.
You'll hear from Britt. She started much younger.
Brittany was born playing
Yeah.
soccer. Yeah.
When I was 3, I believe it was my first season, so I've been playing every year since then. Haven't taken a break, so 20 years.
It's unbelievable.
So, yeah.
Phone lines are open, 1-888-ROGERS-8. That's 1-888-ROGERS-8. We're talking Durham Lord Soccer for the next segment. Corey Nagy of the Oshawa Journals is going to join us after the next update, and we'll go back to the Journals. But right now, we've got a caller. Give us your name, please, and go right ahead. Have we got the caller on the line there yet?
Andrew from Whitby?
Yes, Andrew from Whitby. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hi there. Actually, this question was going to be for Vaso, but I'd like to hear the girls' thoughts about it as well.
Okay.
Some of the scores are really lopsided in the OCAA. Like Durham would beat Loyalists by 7 goals one night, and Fleming by 8 goals another night. Some of the coaches, they've said they want to look for a 2-tiered system. Is it maybe time so that teams like Fleming and Loyalist and St. Lawrence don't keep, it's not good for their development. It's probably not good for some of the top teams as well if you're winning by so many goals. So I'm wondering what you think maybe down the road if there should be a 2-tiered system.
Andrew, that's a great question. Girls, I got to believe on both sides. Nobody likes losing 7-0, 10-0, but a lot of people don't like winning 7-10-0.
Well, that's correct. We've been to nationals 4 times in the last 6 years, and it's safe to say that you really only had competition when you got to nationals. As to divide it up, it's probably difficult only because there isn't so many colleges in the province. I think there's 16. So, and then to divide it up in tier-wise, just based on population alone, that doesn't mean the team's any stronger.
Right.
That doesn't mean Seneca's stronger than Loyalist or Seneca's stronger than Algonquin. It just means based on the population. So if they were to do it 2-tiered, they'd really have to think about there'd probably only be 4 or 5 teams in the
upper tier.
Yeah, and then the rest of the tiers would be. Yeah, so
hard to do it like the premiership in terms of and I guess too, Brittany and Ashley, probably goes in cycles a bit too. I mean, I know Durham has got a great program that's consistent, but every once in a while some schools surprise you, and maybe if you put them in a lower tier, they develop a good program and then they're stuck. So that doesn't accomplish what you're trying to do.
Right. It's not fun for any team to lose by that much.
Yeah.
And especially when season after season, some girls stay there for the 4 or 5 years that they're eligible for. And it's frustrating to go up to another team and the same team if they were to come and play us again and they lose by another 8-0 or 7-0 score like they did the previous year. It's hard to get them out of that rut and out of that mind frame psychologically in the sport to get them to play better, get them to up their game against a team that might not be that well or that strong that season. So it creates a lot of stress, and then the stress I find as a player gets put out on the field, and people end up getting injured, and it just becomes a more dirtier game than what you'd expect.
Yeah, which is definitely not what you want.
Right.
Now, talking to Vaso, he mentioned just how important the education side of this is. You guys are both in criminology, I believe I read. So talk a little bit about that. You're finished the program now? Or?
I graduate in, if all goes well, hopefully. I graduate in April, and I plan on graduating in April. So, yeah, but
Get that straight.
yeah, it's okay, Mom. Yeah. So, yeah, education's important. I did 2 years police foundations, and now I'm doing 4 years criminology. And yeah, I found as long as I've been playing sports, like I also play basketball and soccer. The more busy I am, the better my marks are. And I guess that's because you have to time manage and everything.
Yep.
But I love it. Like if I wasn't playing sports, I think school would be much more the struggle for me to get up and actually go.
How about you, Brittany?
Wow.
I find it reflects a lot upon the actualities of real life. Like, you're always going to have work and your job, and then there's always going to be other factors, whether it's family, whether it's extracurricular activities. So learning the time management now and having the soccer and having everything else along with school has been helpful, extremely helpful.
That's really interesting
Really
because
good
that same argument goes through with the Ontario Hockey League, Brittany and Ashley, and we hear it all the time. People say, well, how is it possible for an OHL player to be able to go to school and all that? The fact of the matter is, if you are enough of an overachiever, and you are an overachiever to play high varsity athletics or in the OHL, chances are you're an overachiever academically as well. And if you're not, and you don't want to go to school, don't blame the sport. Like, honestly,
Yeah,
if you're,
exactly,
it's just an excuse. Talk to us about the kind of days, though. It must be tough. That's not an easy program. This isn't just an English minor you're taking. How do you juggle the two?
Well, you just have to. Bottom line, you just have to. If you want
Your
to.
mother's going to get on your case? Is that
Well,
what
If
no,
you want to play the
no.
sport, if you want to play soccer, you have to keep the marks up.
Yeah.
They have the rule of keeping it above a certain GPA, and you have to keep that up. So if you would like to play sport and you enjoy the sport and want to keep at it, your marks had better reflect how you play on the field as well.
And
So
like,
the drive has to be on both sides.
and our coaches are really good at letting us leave practice early or come to practice late. Some of us, like who are in the university, have classes. Like Britt and I both have classes from 7 till 10. Well, practices start at 6, so we have to leave practice an hour early. Or maybe some girls have practice have class till 7, so then they come to practice late. And Vaso and the other coaches are really accommodating with that. So as long as we keep our marks up, because if you lose players due to marks, I mean, the team's gonna crumble
Yeah,
and
it's
like
gonna fall apart.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the turnover will be much faster because you can't keep somebody on the team because they're just not.
You were talking about practices. Do we have a phone call, Roger? Am I okay to
No,
ask
go
a
ahead.
question? Okay, so you were talking about practices. Talk to us about your schedule. Like, you know, you said the schooling part, but are you guys in the gym? Are you guys practicing every day? How many games do you have a week?
When we're into it, when we're actually into the season, we're expected to do fitness every day.
Okay.
That means whether we have a game or a practice. Then when we show up to practice, we usually do our first half an hour, 45 minutes is pure fitness with our trainer, and then we get into drills and simulation. Of course, my practice is a little bit different from the girls' practice because I go with my goalie coach.
Right.
But it's basically, that's how it works. And then our games, we usually have maybe 2 a week. 1 or 2 a week?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, 2. So we'll have like one on a Monday, and then maybe one on a Friday, or one on a Wednesday, and one on a Saturday.
So, Brittany, it's the same thing in soccer. Goalies are just their own breed. They kind of go off by themselves. You
They're
guys do
very
all the work.
unusual.
Yeah.
You
Same
can
kind of thing, though.
pick the goalie out of the crowd.
That's right. You're left-handed too, isn't that?
No,
no. None of them are
Hey,
for
there's
some
nothing
reason.
wrong with being
Oh,
left-handed.
that's all right. You watch them, right? Yeah, that's right. But same thing for the rest of the team. Same kind of
Right,
practice
yeah,
schedule?
exactly. We have the exact same schedule. She'll just, in the actual practice part of like the ball control and all the things that we do as the team part, she'll take off and do her own goalie workout and do the things that she needs to focus on for
Oh, that's
the
great.
games.
It's a Sports Zone on Rogers TV. I'm Roger Lajoie. Melissa Hamilton here. We're here every Thursday night between 7 and 8. Delighted tonight to be talking Durham Lords soccer. Of course, what a great program. Ashley and Brittany here with us from the team. Vaso was with us as well. Fantastic program. You ever get a chance to get out to the college and see college athletics where it's soccer, basketball, hockey now with UOIT. If you're university sports out there, get out there. It's a fantastic complex. Girls, you're too young to remember what Durham College used to look like. I went up there 25 years ago, and there was and there was the slow pitch diamond, and there was one little building, and there was a gym inside, and that was about it. Talk to us about the facilities you have to work with there now. Now, everybody wants something. I'm sure you'd like your own indoor soccer stadium.
Yeah, well.
But
Nice.
for the most part, you've got a terrific facility there, and it's growing every day.
Yeah, when I first was enrolled in the school, I don't know if you remember, but our gym was very small. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, you couldn't realistically go in there and work out. So over the last, 2 years, they developed their brand new athletic facility, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
like, we couldn't ask for anything more. We have a great, our physical therapists are awesome. They're always at our beck and call. And
They're always
real,
at my beck and call.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're always right there, really accommodating, and it's really nice to have everything right in the facility. And they really catered it a lot to varsity sports. Like any time of the day, you can walk into our gym and our workout area, and there you'd see some varsity athlete, like volleyball, basketball, anyone in there working out. And it's nice to have it geared now towards varsity sports and the rest of the student life, that they can get in there too and really benefit from it.
Now, you guys aren't from Oshawa. Oshawa's not your hometown. So
No.
talk about, coming over to the Oshawa area, and are you guys living on residence? Did you guys find a place? How is that going for you guys?
I found a place with another teammate, and through her friends, I ended up finding some roommates there. So I live with a house of 3 other girls, and it's been really easy moving in. Like, I didn't do the residence. I came here, and I was 21, 22 when I came here. 21.
Where are you from, Brittany?
Newmarket.
Newmarket.
And so it was really easy to adjust to the Newmarket Oshawa thing. Like, the campus is right across the street. There wasn't a lot of, I don't have my own car or anything, so it was easy to just mesh right into
It's a real
Oshawa.
self-enclosed community now.
Right.
That's another thing with the way the area is grown up. There were no restaurants. There was no student center. All of that stuff is relatively new as well.
Right, and I have like great roommates. Like, it all depends on like who you live with. Like, they let me borrow their cars, which is very convenient.
Wow, so who needs a car then?
Exactly.
Ashley, what about you?
I came from Uxbridge, so just north of the city, and my parents were gracious enough to buy my sister and I a home. So it was my sister and I living there, and then we have 2 roommates who also play on the women's soccer team with me. So our schedules are pretty much the same. So we all just go to practice together. We all come home. We eat together. Or it's like a family, and I'm sure Britt feels the same way with her roommates. And it's really great. We walk to school. We're that close, so it's just nice to have everybody in arm's reach and living with people who know the schedule and know what it takes. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's great.
So the outdoor season is completed now. We got about 2 minutes left. I guess the indoor season is in, Vaso was telling us, in January. Talk about the transition. Do you have some time over this period when you're not playing soccer? Do you try to concentrate on academics, or what's the schedule like for you now? Or is there a downtime?
I play on the women's basketball team at the school. So I went literally, I got off the bus on Saturday from Ottawa and got on the bus yesterday to go to Fleming to play a basketball game. So I don't have downtime.
Good for you.
Yeah, so I just keep playing. We're supposed to concentrate on academics and school all year round. So. But we just really take this time to heal up and really just try to get back.
Catch up on work,
and
schoolwork, and
don't
our
let our
trainer,
fitness
Lori,
drop.
always has us doing fitness all the time.
Yeah.
So she always gives us a program to work with throughout the off seasons.
Yeah.
You got to be very proud that the women's team has supplanted the men's team there for whatever reason. Why is that?
We always do.
Women aren't smarter.
We always do. 3 against 1. Roger, be careful.
Well, Vaso, if you're in there, I tried to stick up for you, but it really. Well, actually,
not going to happen.
He's the reason. He's switched from the men to the women. That's why. That's a typical reason. Ashley Visser and Brittany Micucci, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Continued success. It's great, and we love having Durham Lords come and visit us again.
Great. Thanks.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Thank you. They're doing a great job. All right, we'll take a short break, folks. When we return, phone.